we take you down onto the track for our opening ceremony.
The most realistic online racing sim ever made. This is iRacing. Detailed laser scan tracks, fully dynamic real world cars, and over 50 series to choose from. 6 online world championships offering over $100,000 in annual prizes. This is the original esport racing game. This is iRacing.
Well, hello, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to the Turn 3 Racing Network, as tonight we're here at the Legacy Daytona for what OP Racing Premier Super Speedway Series coins the Bumpy Road 250. It is the first time we come to the Legacy Daytona for each season, and it gets the honorific namesake of Bumpy Road 250. So here we are, ladies and gentlemen. Thank you very much for joining me here tonight. My name is K.R. Stolfus, and I will be bringing you all the racing action here tonight as we get ready to fire off race number 4 in our 22 race season. Some outstanding racing going on so far up to this point. We have seen a lot of drivers put in some great performances, and unfortunately we've seen some drivers who have not had the best of luck so far this season either. So as we get ready to wind down our practice session, it is about ready to switch over into qualifying, as the checkered flag has waved on this practice, and we do get ready to fire off our qualifying time. Drivers will have 10 minutes to turn 2 laps. One of the first cars making his way out onto the super speedway, that is the 9 of Will Weber. Weber sporting a new paint scheme here tonight. Car looking very, very sharp. This Bumpy Road 250 gonna need all the Ryobi 40-volt tools it can have, because they are really going to work these shocks. They're gonna probably work over their body, and have to spend some extra time beating and banging that one out. Randall Cobb in the 52 making his way around as he gets up to speed and to the high side. The 4 machine of Rick Seabrands already trying to get high, wide, and handsome here at Daytona. Hunter Reynolds in the 26. He makes his way through turns 3 and 4. Josh Milam in the 7 machine, starting to make his first lap here. Will Weber going across the start-finish line with a 48.05. That is the best time. Josh Milam into second place with a 48.07. David Booth finding himself in 5th place now. Ernie Williams up in 4th. Logan Helton sitting in 3rd in the 63 machine. So Will Weber for the moment has the pole position. Bobby Johnson making his way out onto the speedway in the 13 machine. Max Speed TV all over the side of that thing. Bobby Johnson did a great job broadcasting the Wednesday night series. And of course, the 04 of Mark Mann. As Mark Mann goes across the start finish line, he is going to jump up to the top of the leaderboard. Ernie Williams in 2nd. Will Weber now in 4th. Rick Seabrands in the 4 machine coming away with the pole position for the moment. 14 drivers have taken a qualifying time. Hunter Reynolds moving up into 3rd in that 26 machine as he is shutting it down. Travis Elliott in the 51, who joins me in the booth Sunday nights, going to be behind the wheel here on a Monday night. And right now, Elliott on his first lap, trying to get his car up to speed. Mark Vega in the 18 machine right now. He is sitting in 6th. So Vega done with his qualifying time. A solid time put in by the 18 machine. Daniel Holloway in the 21. Gonna flash by off of turn number 4 into the tribal. He's running high, wide, and handsome here. He is going to start his first time lap. We're at 4.5 minutes ticked down in this 10-minute qualifying session. Just about 5 minutes left here to go in our qualifying session. Rob Connors in the 00. Gonna drop down to the bottom in the 00 of Connors. Crossing the start finish line, he's gonna move up into 11th spot. Just missing the top 10 by a little bit. Les Levy in the 62 flashes across the start finish line. He jumps up into 8th spot. Travis Elliott moving into 12th. Daniel Holloway in the 21 going to start his second lap, and Holloway right now in 18th spot. 19 cars have taken a time. Robert Dubendak in the 99 machine, making his way down this Daytona backstretch. Duvey to the bottom of 3 and 4. This is going to be his fast lap. We're going to see if it is going to be a quick one. It's Dubendak up along the wall, drops down. Robert Dubendak in the 99. Going to find himself in 17th spot. A little bit slower on his second lap than his first one. John Stevens in the 27 machine, making his way around. Stevens on his fast lap. We're going to see where he can jump up to. Right now he is in 19th. Only 20 drivers have taken the time. Dave Hunt out on the speedway as Stevens crosses the start finish line, and Sean Stevens gonna put it on pole for the moment with a 48.03. An outstanding qualifying time by the 27 machine. Just kicks off Rick Seabrands from the top spot. So very, very close on all of our times here. A few more drivers are starting to make their way out onto the speedway for their qualifying time. With that being said, guys, we are going to step away here and play our national anthem as we get ready to bring you the Bumpy Road 250 starting lineup. Dave Hunt crossing the start finish line as he begins his his flying fast lap. No one go anywhere. We'll be back with your starting lineup.
We take you down onto the track for our opening ceremonies.
Ladies and gentlemen, please rise. Please remove your hats.
Oh, say, can you see by the dawn's early light what so proudly we hailed at the twilight's last gleaming, whose broad stripes and bright stars through the perilous flight o'er the ramparts we watched were so gallantly streaming, and the rocket's red glare, the bombs bursting in air, gave proof through the night that our flag was still there. Oh, say, does that star-spangled banner yet wave o'er the land of the free and the home of the brave?
Warning, the following stunts are performed by idiots or under the supervision of stupider idiots.
Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen, as the drivers are starting to take to the grid. That can only mean one thing. It is time to go through tonight's starting lineup. Let's get right into it. Row number 1, Sean Stevens with a 48.033. Just able to tick over Rick Seabrands, who was 0.003 seconds slower. I mean, that is lightning close. Row number 2 will be the 04 of Mark Mann. On his outside, that is Hunter Reynolds in the 26 machine. Row number 3 will be the 91 of Ernie Williams and Will Weber on his outside in the 9 machine. Row number 4, Mark Vega in the 18 and Logan Helton in the 63. Row number 5 will be Les Levy on the inside, and on the outside, the 21 of Daniel Holloway. Row number 6 will be David Booth in the 77 and Randall Cobb on his outside. Josh Milam in the 7 machine. Starting on the inside of row number 7 and on the outside will be none other than the 53 of Dave Hunt. Row number 8 will be Travis Elliott in the 51 and then Rob Connors in the 00. Bobby Johnson in the 13 machine and Casey Gilchrist in the 22. Those two are your highest running rookies for the moment. It's James Mayer in the 95 and Denver Turkson in the 15. Robert Duvendak on the inside of row number 11, and on his outside is Bob Lacovera. Row number 12 will be the 46 of David Overstreet And on his outside, that is the 28 of Jimmy Reynolds. And finally, Dan Harrington starting in the final spot here tonight. 25 cars making their way out onto the speedway. All 25 cars did get going. Nobody's starting from the pits. Casey Gilchrist has just pulled his car onto the pits as I say that. Mara Clark checking in on the YouTube chat. How you doing, Mara? Thank you very much for being here tonight. Hope you enjoy the show. Mark Mann starting on the inside of row number 2. I know you need to know that, Mara. So here we go. Chevy Silverado bringing the field through turns 3 and 4 as we get ready to fire off for the first time here tonight in this bumpy Road 250. Sean Stevens, Rick Seabrands going to lead this field to the green flag. Pace truck down and away in the green, or into the start zone we go. The green flag is out. And Sean Stevens gonna try and drag race Rick Seabrands into turn number 1. Stevens down on the inside lane, has the preferred line for the moment. But the 4 of Rick Seabrands has the 26 of Hunter Reynolds pushing hard on him. Seabrands going to drop down to the inside. Reynolds stays to the top side. The 9 of Will Weber going to stay with him. Will Weber from Empire Motorsports and not Rick Seabrand, but Hunter Reynolds from FSR. Those two drivers now going to split as the 26 drops down to the inside. Will Weber now in the 9 has the 63 machine. Logan Helton pushing hard on him. Logan Helton from Alliance Motorsports has his teammate, the 4 of Rick Seabrands, right to his inside. So we are already starting to see these drivers mix it up for the race lead. Will Weber staying to the high side for the moment. 100 laps are scheduled distance here tonight. 3 stages in total. Stage 1 going to end at the completion of lap 25. Stage 2 will end at the completion of lap 50. Caution flag thrown to where it overlaps will also be the end of the stage. So got a lot of racing to get through here tonight. Casey Gilchrist has made his way back out onto the speedway. The 22 now finds himself a couple laps down, but getting back out there, getting back up to speed. Fastest lap of the race has just been turned. James Mayer in the 95 machine, setting that fast a lap with a 44.98. He is one of the only drivers, there's about 3 of them, that are in the 44-second bracket. And as I say that, the 18 of Mark Vega takes an even faster lap at a 44.71. So these cars really starting to get up to speed. Everybody turning their best lap of the race so far that last time around. Is Will Weber and Hunter Reynolds battle it out side by side for the race lead. Six cars trying to work that outside lane for the moment. A lot of drivers tucked in down on the bottom. While we have a moment, let's go ahead and take a look at our race info for this Bumpy Road 250 here tonight, presented by Weber Graphics. Make sure you get a paint from Weber Graphics. Keys to the race here tonight: you've got to stay sharp, meaning this track will jump up and bite you, and because of that, you have to race the track. One of the few super speedways where you've got to be up on the wheel the entire time. You cannot let yourself relax at all while you're out here on the green flag laps. Pit road entry is very treacherous with the bumps and all that stuff. Cars will get upset. Brakes will lock up a little bit easier, so you've got to stay on top of that. Of course, as I mentioned, 3 stages. Then the final thing here, you gotta have some luck. A little bit of luck goes a long way in a super speedway series. Gilchrist about ready to go, 1 lap down here. The 22 machine stays to the outside. David Overstreet pulling onto pit road here. We're going to see if this is a scheduled pit stop, as he is pulled onto pit lane all by himself. So Overstreet on the pit road into his stall. As the 9 of Will Weber and the 63 of Logan Helton now lead their respective lanes. Just 2 cars in the outside lane now. Now Randall Cobb sliding up as we got 1 spinning. That looks to be Ernie Williams in the background going around in the 91 machine. The 7 of Josh Milam involved. We have a big one down the backstretch. Let's take a look at this one. Back that up a little bit further here. The 7 and the 91 get together. Bob Lacavera gets a piece of it. Bobby Johnson tried to stay tucked in behind. Go on board with the 98 of Jimmy Reynolds. Reynolds slowing down as you see that 91 spinning hard like a top. All right, so here we go. First caution of the night. And this is a perfect timing because this is going to bring everyone down pit road. Everyone coming for fuel to make it to the end of stage number 1. David Overstreet, long pit stop for him. His night may be done. Let's see if we can figure out what happened to David Overstreet. Oh, hard contact with the wall of Dan Harrington and him getting together. It's a tough break for Overstreet. Race off of pit road. That's being won by the 21 of Daniel Holloway. Will Weber comes off 2nd, Hunter Reynolds 3rd. Right now, the 5 of Bob Lacavera did come down pit road, but he was sooner than everyone else, so he entered a closed pit. Will be receiving a black flag for that one. All right, so the field gonna stack up behind the pace truck. We should see the lights go out this time. That means we're gonna go green flag race. A few drivers coming up back down pit road, quite possibly. Top off their tanks. Every little bit matters. As the lights do go out, Daniel Holloway and Will Weber going to start on the front row for our first restart. Rick Seabrand's, Hunter Reynolds in the 4 and the 26. That's row number 2. Drivers who did come down pit road to top off: James Mayer, Les Levy, David Booth, Bobby Johnson, Mark Mann, and Mark Vega, all hitting pit road for just that last little extra bit of fuel. You give up track position for it on the gamble that you can make it back, especially if you're trying to make it to the end of the stage. The gamble is that you're going to be able to gain positions through this green flag run, and if not, you'll have a little bit of a shorter time on pit road than everyone else. You may be able to pick up a few other spots because of the fact that you had just that much more fuel in your tank. Here we go once again. That is not a great camera angle. That's a better camera angle. Here we go. Pace truck down in the way, and the green flag is out, and we are back to racing mode here in the Bumpy Road 250. Holloway has his teammate on his back bumper. That is Rick Seabrand's in the 4 with a 9 of Will Weber. Empire Motorsports driver battling it out with an FSR driver as they try and take on Alliance Motorsports. At 21 and the 4 getting hooked up, and the 63 of Logan Helton right there. That is 3 drivers from Alliance Motorsports on the inside line. The 9 of Will Weber does drop down a little bit here as the 26 of Hunter Reynolds builds some momentum. The 52 of Randall Cobb going to get to his back bumper, and that 26 is going to shoot out to the race lead and now drops down in front of the 9 of Will Weber. So far, the crew continues to work hard on the 46 of David Overstreet. He's been sitting on pit road for the last 7 minutes now. A lot of racing left and still very early in the season. And so Overstreet going to try and do everything he can, or should try and do everything he can to get back out there, because you just never know how important each and every point you can get is, especially at the start of the season. Maybe as the season shapes up or we get into the playoffs, anything like that, and you know you're not in it, you maybe have a better understanding of the pecking order for the points, maybe call it a night. But this early in the season, where every point still could be the difference, you got to get up there, get up on the wheel and get after it. Randall Cobb in the 52 leading the outside line. He has Dave Hunt, both drivers from Buck Wild Racing, on that outside line. The 15 machine of Denver Turkson. Denver, part of the Meteor Racing. Dan Harrington in the 82, his teammate. Well, those are your 3 cars in the outside line. Then it's the 51 of Travis Elliott. Travis Elliott, part of the Vapid Yeet Racing. Casey Gilchrist also out there as a Vapid Yeet. Haven't talked about Checkered Flag Motorsports a whole lot yet here tonight. The driver in the 62 machine of Les Levy falling back a little bit from the drop of the green flag. He's lost 5 positions. That's okay. Les Levy has his teammate, the 77 of David Booth, right there. David Overstreet sitting on pit road. Mark Vega in the 18, also part of Checkered Flag Motorsports, so they're all running very close together. Randall Cobb in the 52 and Dave Hunt in the 53 have really worked forward together, gotten through this field as David Overstreet makes his way back out onto the track. He is many laps down, but anything can happen, and the good news for him, right now he is the only car not on the lead lap. Bob Lacavera in the 5 is also the only car not with the lead pack. Mark Mann in the 04. He's running 23rd, and he is the last car in this big pack of drivers. And he is only finding himself 1.8 seconds behind the 52 of Randall Cobb. So Bob Lacavera may go a lap down here, but it may be all for naught as David Overstreet is back on the pit road. So Randall Cobb in the 52, Dave Hunt in the 53, the 26 and the 9. Running side by side, the 52 and the 53 not getting off of each other's bumpers. They're staying work together. The 51 of Travis Elliott, though, he's making a bold move, and he's going to slide up and be the 3rd car in the outside lane as he split everybody. Made it 3 wide for a brief moment. Travis Elliott pulling off a veteran move there to gain a spot. So a solid pass there by the 51. And that is made especially difficult here at this bumpy Road 250 because these cars do wiggle around so much. A lot of confidence in that 51, not only for the driver himself, but the people that he was pulling that move on to be able to hold their car, hold their lane, hold their line, whatever you want to call it. Randall Cobb leading another lap. We got a few cars wiggling down below the yellow line. That was, I believe, the 63 of Logan Helton. He's able to hold on to it. Logan Helton and Will Weber have very similar paint schemes. Now here we go. Working lap 20 of 100. Just a reminder, at the completion of lap 25 is when the end of the stage is. Randall Cobb really working well with the 53 of Dave Hunt on that outside lane. Cobb has not yet elected to drop down to the inside. Instead, he has been staying committed to his teammate, has been running in the outer lane. And that outer lane has been able to have that 52 out in the front for quite a few laps now. As this one gets closer to the end of stage one, so far just the one caution in this stage. Big stack up between Ernie Williams and Josh Milam. Speaking of, those two are still running very close to each other. The 7 machine looks like it did not make its way onto pit road to have a fast repair used. Drivers only have one fast repair available to them here tonight, and that differs from when we go to the iRacing Super Speedway. The only time we have 2 fast repairs is when we do go to the iRacing Super Speedway. Speaking of that one, we will be there. Next race, February 1st of 2021. Hope you all will join me next Monday night. 3 cars have hit pit road. That's Ernie Williams, Jimmy Reynolds, and Josh Milam. Well, FSR on the pit lane. Only teammate to not be with him, that's the 26, Hunter Reynolds. Hunter right now trying to charge to victory here in stage 1, or to a stage 1 win. He's got that 26 out in the front. For the moment, the 52, though, got a good run off of turn number 4. Jimmy Reynolds going to go a lap down. Josh Milam in the 7 machine. An extended pit stop for him. He is still sitting on pit road. And he has finally been released, so possibly a speeding penalty for the 7 of Milam. Dan Harrington making his way out of pit lane as Bob Lacavera starts heading in. And we are going to start what should be the final lap here in stage number 1 as we start lap 25. Randall Cobb in the 52 has his teammate pushing with him. That 53 of Dave Hunt has been pushing hard. Now on that 52, can Hunt keep enough air to that cooling radiator to make it? We got Hunter Reynolds slicing down to the infield. He's going to come back up. No contact made, and Randall Cobb and Dave Hunt both drop down to the inside. Cobb now holding off the 9. The 53 of Dave Hunt had not quite cleared the 9. And Cobb is going to get turned coming to the stage. And Dave Hunt is going to be your stage winner. Travis Elliott second. But a couple drivers getting turned here as they came off of turn number 4. Let's take a look at this one. Randall Cobb, Dave Hunt, or I'm sorry, Cobb in the 52 gets spun by the 9 of Weber. Weber trying to hold on to it. Maybe that. So everyone really racing hard to get to the end of the stage. You don't blame them at all for that. I mean, stage points being everything to your season. And so this one under yellow for the end of the stage. I do believe it is going to be the 53 of Dave Hunt who picks up the stage win. So as the field makes its way onto pit road, everyone coming down pit lane. Weber overshooting his pit box a little bit. That's going to cost him some time. Dave Hunt, Josh Milam make contact there on pit road, and Milam going to pull away here. Rob Connors in the 00, making his way off of pit road. Race control has confirmed that the driver in the 53 machine, well, he's your stage winner, and that goes to Dave Hunt. Dave, you got your ears on, bud?
I do.
Well, this 53 picks up the first stage here tonight. Congratulations on that.
Hey, I appreciate it.
Well, man, it seemed like you and Randall Cobb had this figured out, but coming off of turn number 4, things got a little bit hairy.
Yeah, it looked like it. Yeah, I was going to stick with Randall there because he's my teammate, so I just was trying to push him up there so he can get this. And then he got low, and I don't know what happened. Somebody behind him maybe got into him. I'm not sure.
Well, tough break for the 52, but this 53 machine comes away with the stage win, man. Nice job out there.
All right, thank you.
Any shout outs or thank yous you'd like to give here tonight for this stage win?
Oh, all the fans out there watching, my family and friends, and Buck Wild Racing here.
All right, that is Dave Hunt, driver of the 53 machine and representing Buck Wild Racing. Since we're talking about Buck Wild, let's do it. There you go. The Bucks are getting wild in the snow. So our first stage done and over with. We're going to start stage number 2 here. This one ending at the completion of lap 50. Dave Hunt, Rob Connors, 1 and 2 for this restart. Then it's the 51 of Travis Elliott, the 15 machine of Denver Turks, and in Denver starting deep in the field, gaining 16 spots throughout that first stage. So far, our biggest mover of the race. And then it's Casey Gilchrist, and the 62 of Les Levy. Green flag comes out as we start stage number 2. Dave Hunt in the 53 got a wonderful start. The 00 of Rob Connors falling back pretty hard here. And Connors gonna drop in line. He falls to the 5th car on that inside line. Now Gilchrist trying to make a move to the outside. He has the 26 of Hunter Reynolds with him. 22 gonna check back in line as the 51 of Elliott now starting to make a move. Both cars behind the 53 of Hunt gonna abandon him, and Travis Elliott and the 51 gonna lead his first lap of the race. As Elliott drops down to the bottom, Gilchrist stays up on the high side. That is the 00 of Rob Connors. Staying tucked in behind the 22, Duvendak in the 99 down below the racing line. He's going to merge back in. It looks like he got a little bit loose off of turn number 2. Probably had a touch of help. So Gilchrist now out in front as the 22 going to lead his first lap of the race. That 22 machine out in the front has the 51 of Travis Elliott on his back bumper. Elliott, not a bad pusher. From time to time, he's actually a good driver. We'll see if that plays out here tonight. Through the trial they go once again, the 22 leading another lap. Elliott still pushing hard on his back bumper. Hunter Reynolds in the 26 machine. Third car on the inside line, and then your stage one winner, that is Dave Hunt. Fourth car down on the inside line. Rob Connors in the 00, leading the charge in the outside lane. A little bit early, but hopefully you guys know who you think is going to win this one here tonight. Feel free to let me know who you are cheering for, who you want to see pick up the win here tonight. Right now, everyone rooting for Casey Gilchrist has got to be happy because that 22 out in up front. We do have 3 cars off the lead lap. Josh Milam finding himself 1 lap down. Randall Cobb, who's involved in that caution coming to the end of the stage, is 2 laps down. And then David Overstreet about 10 laps down in that 46 machine. Started 25 cars here tonight, 22 of them on the lead lap. And of those 22 cars, Sean Stevens in the 27 machine is about half a lap behind, and he is running all by himself. And that is your pole sitter right there for tonight, ladies and gentlemen. So one of our keys to the race here tonight was having a bit of good luck. Right now, Sean Stevens has lost the draft, and things just aren't going his way for the moment, but just got to hold on a little bit. He could make it to the end of the stage here without losing a lap, but he is going to need some help quickly as he is half a lap behind Gilchrist in the 22 to the top side. Sean McCarrick chiming in. He's rooting for Buck Wild Racing. McCarrick having to work here tonight, but a regular on the Monday night Super Speedway Series. Tammy Helton cheering for Olive Alliance and most specifically the 63 machine of Logan Helton. Dustin Barber rooting for FSR. Is the 52 of Randall Cobb going to go another lap down? Everyone trying to get into single file here. Drivers last on pit road on lap 26. Some of them topped off on lap 27 right before we went green. Well, they've been out there for 10 laps. Got about 5 laps left on this fuel tank. Nobody can make it on fuel from here. Everyone is going to have to hit pit road, and the 22 going to lead the charge. Dave Hunt staying out. Denver Turkson, Rob Connors, Les Levy, Mark Vega, they all stay out, but Hunter Reynolds, with a great entry onto pit road, made the pass on the 22 of Casey Gilchrist. So Hunter Reynolds, Will Weber, Ernie Williams, Travis Elliott, Casey Gilchrist, and Josh Milam all hitting pit road. The 53 of Dave Hunt assumes the race lead, your stage 1 winner. And here comes another group of drivers. That's Les Levy, Rob Connors, Mark Vega, Bob Lacovera, and David Booth, all onto pit road. Hunt still stays out. This has split up this group here a little bit. They need to get bunched up because they are giving up time to anyone else who is packed up tightly. We go on board with Hunter Reynolds, one of the first drivers on and off of pit road. Travis Elliott gets to his back bumper. Elliott gonna give him a good little shove here. They're gonna flash by the other group of drivers who hit pit lane as Duvendak, Holloway, James Mayer, Mark Mann, Logan Helton, and Rick Seabrands all hit pit road. We ride on aboard still with the 26. Dave Hunt and Denver Turkson continue to stay out. The 53 and the 15 have a bit of a gap now to Dan Harrington and the 82. But I fear they are giving up quite a bit of time, not a lot of speed out of the 53 and the 15 pairing as they make that break for pit road. Well, at least the 53 of Hunt does. Denver stays out, Dan Harrington stays out, and Bobby Johnson staying out. Meanwhile, all this is going on. FSR kind of started to get hooked up with a few other people sprinkled in. 51 of Travis Elliott and the 9 of Will Weber, making a nice sandwich. Hunter Reynolds trying to track down Denver and take over the race lead. Denver finding himself about half a lap ahead, but Denver now making his way onto pit road. Dan Harrington, Bobby Johnson, all hitting pit lane. So when this cycles through, we may see Hunter Reynolds as the race leader. Sean Stevens, who has made his pit stop, is going to go a lap down here in the 27. So as Hunter Reynolds crosses the start-finish line, Dan Harrington going to get swallowed up. And with that, it puts the 26 as your race leader. Travis Elliott, Will Weber, and Ernie Williams, your top 4. Josh Milam in the 7. First car 1 lap down. He is tucked in right there with his teammate. Nine laps to go here in stage number 2. Take a look at this one. Ernie Williams in the 91 machine now has a 6-second gap ahead of the 63 of Logan Helton. Logan Helton battling with the 53 of Dave Hunt. That is Robert Duvendak in the 99 machine right behind Helton, and the 21 of Daniel Holloway. Rick Seabrands in the 4, staying behind his teammate. They try and go to the high side. That is 5th, 6th, 7th, 8th, and 9th. All running right there. Rounding out your top 10. Well, It's Dan Harrington in the 82, Randall Cobb right there, but Cobb not on the lead lap. James Mayer in the 95 machine, maybe thinking about taking a peek to the inside to work his way around the 52. But that Demon Tech 82 machine right now scored in the top 10 as Mark Mann in the 04 falls back. Mark Mann off the lead lap. We check in on our race leader. That is the 26 of Hunter Reynolds. Into turn number 3, the 26 of Hunter Reynolds. Trying to battle with the 7 of Josh Milam. Milam just wants to get back on the lead lap, and right now he is the last car on the lead lap. He drops down to the inside. Now they have to work together here. The 91 of Ernie Williams, a teammate with the 7 of Josh Milam. So we'll see how this plays out. Although stage points being as important as they are, Ernie not going to challenge. He gets tucked back in behind the 51. So the 7 of Josh Milam now is the last car on the lead lap. The 26 of Hunter Reynolds, your race leader, Travis Elliott, sitting in second. Third, going to the 91 of Ernie Williams. And then Will Weber right behind them in the 9 machine in fourth. Robert Duvendak in the 99. He is in 5th place, but he finds himself 7.3 seconds behind them. So we could see a 4-way battle to win this stage. As the 63 of Logan Helton taking a peek to the inside of the 21. Duvendak from Empire Motorsports. A lot of split up teams here. The 21 of Holloway, Rick Seabrans in the 4, and the 63 of Logan Helton from Alliance Motorsports. Dave Hunt in the 53, that is Buck Wild Racing. They're trying to figure out who is going to finish 5th for the moment as Dave Hunt gets a good run on that outside lane. Hunter Reynolds, Travis Elliott, Ernie Williams, Will Weber all running nose to tail still, with Josh Milam, the lap down car, keeping them all behind him. Check in on our race leader here, Hunter Reynolds. We look out the back, you can see the rest of the field just coming off of turn number 2. Reynolds heads off into turn number 3. That is a solid effort by these drivers here who came onto pit road together and left pit road. They did an excellent job getting grouped back up. Everyone very similar pit times, and it all made a huge difference by the time our green flag pit stops cycled through. So stage number 2 is within the range of a yellow flag coming out, ending the stage. So we're going to keep an eye on this battle up here. Hunter Reynolds in the 26, staying behind his teammate, the 7 of Josh Milam. Milam right now the last car on the lead lap as he goes by. We got 2 laps left in this stage. Sean Stevens right now scored as the first car 1 lap down. Denver Turkson just makes a pass on him. That could be very important as that battle for the first car to be 1 lap down rages on. Les Levy in the 62 just turned the fastest lap of the race at a 44.68. So he's flat getting out there and getting after it. He finds himself in 11th spot for the moment. So here we go. Final lap here in stage number 2. This one going to end in just 2.5 miles. Travis Elliott giving some room to the 26. Maybe he's trying to get a run here as he closes up to the back bumper. The 91 of Ernie Williams making a move to the outside. He has the 9 of Will Weber going with him. The 26 and the 7 stay tucked in tight. Williams falling back a little bit as the 9 not onto his back bumper, and they're going to come off at turn number 4. Josh Milam in the 7, the last car on the lead lap. As we are going to go across the start finish line, that is going to go to Hunter Reynolds for winning the stage. And now the rest of them are going to flash by. That is going to trigger the caution. Dave Hunt in 5th. Robert Dumendak 6th, 7th, Rick Seabrands. But Hunter Reynolds picks up the stage win. And so Josh Milam in the 7, going to get back on the lead lap, did it kind of the hard way. He was just in front of our race leader. As the field catches up to the Silverado. So Hunter Reynolds going to make his way onto pit road. Everyone going to have to hit pit lane as these fuel tanks are running a bit dry. Then as soon as that 26 is off pit road, we'll get a quick word in with our stage 2 winner. And so here they come, everyone making the break for pit lane. Reynolds into his box. Looks like a good entry for him. Several drivers did miss. The 21 of Holloway had to back up. Dave Hunt in the 53, down and away. And Hunt gonna win the race off of pit road. 2-tire stop for Dave Hunt, Will Weber and Logan Helton. Hunter Reynolds making a 4-tire stop as he is down and away. And let's see if we can't get caught up with the driver who has won stage number 2. And Hunter Reynolds, how you doing out there tonight?
Hey, I am doing great, guys. How about you?
You know what? I can't complain a whole lot, but you win stage number 2 here tonight. Solid effort by that 26, and I believe that was won by a pit call. Guys came down, hit pit lane at the right time. Everyone grouped together. That was a solid effort there by those drivers.
Yes, sir. Thank you. We were kind of working with Vapid Yeet right there. We had the rest of my FSR teammates, but yeah, pitted. All of us had great stops, and then we were able to maintain the lead and then some. And then we got my teammate Josh out in front of us to get his lap back, so we're looking pretty decent here.
Well, man, that 26 has a solid run shaping up here tonight. What's it going to take to win this one?
Yes, sir. We're going to have to do everything right. We get more green flag pit stops, hit them perfectly, don't make any mistakes. Of course, a little bit of luck, but got to stay up front here.
All right, man. Well, good luck to you. We're going to let you go as the lights get ready to go out on the pace car.
Yes, sir. Thank you. I appreciate it.
Any other shout outs or thank yous before we do let you go?
Yep, all my teammates at FSR, Turn 3, you two in the booth, good job. And thanks to all the family and friends watching. Thanks to everybody watching, appreciate it.
That is Hunter Reynolds, driver of the 26 machine. As the field starts to stack up behind the Chevy Silverado. Rob Payne, normally joining me in the booth here on Monday nights. He is sick. He is under the weather. And he was going to try. He was here. He was actually here. And I said, dude, you're sick. Go take care of you. Take the night off. Don't worry about it. I got this. I got it. I know what I'm about, son. I can do this. And then I promptly, I don't know what I'm doing, if you guys can't tell. However, still a great time. And I do hope that Rob gets healthy and we can have him back next Monday night as our season continues to roll on. Race number 4 here at the Legacy Daytona. Coming up in a few weeks, we will be back to the Legacy Daytona for our Dale Earnhardt Memorial. Make sure you tune in for that one. That is February 22nd. As we get ready to go green the flag once again. Silverado gets out of the way. Green the flag is out. And we start our third and final stage of the night. Dave Hunt, Will Weber running side by side into turn number 1. Will Weber falling back a little bit, but Logan Helton in the 63 has room to make the move to the outside, just has not done it yet. Waiting for the momentum from the 9 here, and Helton going to stay tucked in behind the 53. So Logan finding himself in second spot. Dave Hunt, our stage 1 winner, out in front once again, and he got to that lead by virtue of a 2-tire stop along with Logan Helton. Ernie Williams in the 91, 4-tire stop for him as he is making a move to the outside. Will Weber joining him. Weber a 2-tire stop. And so the 91 of Ernie Williams Jr. starting to poke his nose out into the race lead, pushed hard by the 9 of Will Weber. Hunter Reynolds in the 26, your stage 2 winner right there, third car outside lane. The 15 machine of Denver Turkson has made his way onto pit road. He is sitting there for what could be an unscheduled pit stop. Not sure what happened to Denver. He does make his way back out onto the speedway in that 15 machine. "100 laps, our scheduled distance here tonight. We will take a couple attempts at a green-white checkered if we need to. Want to thank everybody for joining me here tonight. If you're enjoying the broadcast, if you're enjoying the show that the drivers are putting on for you, and if you think your favorite driver is going to win, go ahead and hit that thumbs up button down there. It lets the drivers know that you appreciate the show that they are putting on. Dave Hunt out in front of this one. He is trying to hold off the 91 of Ernie Williams, and of course That 63 machine of Logan Helton, no slouch as well. Hunter Reynolds, now the second car in the outside lane. Hunter, a driver for FSRs. The 22 doesn't have a shadow. That was a bit of a weird shot there. What's going on with that? Now he's got a shadow. That's good. That's good. Okay. Just a weird little look there. And now Ernie Williams in the 91 really out in front of the 53. So too is the 26. They don't drop down just yet through the trial. Will they stay on the high side? And so the 91 and the 26 not committing to the bottom lane, even though they have cleared the 53. And that is going to allow Dave Hunt to try and make his way back forward and get right back into this. So nothing wrong with that move, other than it's a bit unconventional that they did not drop down once they both had the 53 cleared. Do want to do some housekeeping here. David Overstreet is out of the race after only turning 27 laps, so a tough break for the 46. Randall Cobb scored in 24th spot. He is trying to work his way back forward after getting behind coming to the stage 1 end. Denver Turkson in the 15 machine. Looks like he is about ready to be swallowed up once again by this pack, being led by the 91 of Ernie Williams. This 15 is going to stay high, and this is going to make it a little bit tight as these guys are coming off of turn number 2. And Denver just trying to find somewhere to run. Again, Denver to the high side. Mark Mann in the 04. Drops down to the bottom behind Jimmy Reynolds. Mark Mann right now scored as the first car, 1 lap down. He is battling with Bob Lacavera to be the first car 1 lap down. Mark Mann right now on the inside line. Bob Lacavera on the outside. Bob trying to build some momentum in that outside lane to get around Mark Mann. No more scheduled caution flags here, meaning we are in the final stage. And so it is going to take a crash to bring out the caution. The 91, the 26, staying on that high side. They are really starting to pull away from the 53 of David Hunt, who is leading that bottom lane, and nobody looking brave enough to try and work that bottom side. Now let me tell you a little something about Ernie Williams. This is a man who is comfortable on the high side. He is comfortable on that high side because he is dirt track driver born and bred, and he can rip the lip on the high side in a sprint car. So you put him in a stock car, he is most comfortable down, or I shouldn't say down, but up on the top lane. And it is showing right now as he is pulling that outside lane a couple car lengths ahead of that inner lane. Dave Hunt does build a little bit of momentum, trying to work his way back forward, and you can see the 51 of Travis Elliott going to try and take advantage of that momentum as he drops down to the bottom. And as Elliott drops down to the bottom, that breaks the momentum up a little bit for the 91. And now Elliott really starting to gain, and man, Ernie Williams slices down to the inside. Drivers last on pit road on lap 52. So we are starting to creep up on some green flag pit stops. Nobody hitting pit road just yet, but keep in mind we're about a handful of laps away from everyone having to hit pit road. As teammates for Fuel Sim Racing, FSR, if you will, Ernie Williams and Hunter Reynolds. One on the inside, one on the outside. Now the 26 drops down to the inside lane, and Hunter Reynolds, your stage 2 winner, taking over the top spot once again. Everyone trying to get single file. That is a good indicator that green flag pit stops are not too far away. Still have a few cars working the outside lane. The 82 of Daniel Harrington and the 15 of Denver Turks, and Denver finding himself in 23rd spot as the 82 going to drop down to the inside right in front of Jimmy Reynolds. Reynolds in the 28 machine on the lead lap. I think at one point I said he was a lap down, but Jimmy Reynolds is on the lead lap in that 28. He is sitting in 12th spot. Our highest running rookie for the moment, that is the 22 machine of Casey Gilchrist. He finds himself sitting in third, right behind the 91 and the 26. Casey, a driver with Vapid Yeet Racing, has his teammate, the 51 of Travis Elliott, right behind him. As the field makes its way off of turn number 4, we got one driver heading for pit lane. That is the 77 of David Booth. So he is peeled off for his pit stop, but he has done so all by himself. Nobody else going with him, as he gets it slowed down to pit road speed limit. And into his stall he goes. Service beginning on that 77 machine. Into 3 and 4 go our race leaders. That's the 26, the 91, and the 22. Are they going to make the break for pit lane? And they do. And they bring a whole lot of cars with them. Logan Helton stays out. Rick Seabrands, James Mayer, Daniel Holloway all staying out, as there is a big log jam of drivers. Mark Mann pointed in the wrong direction on the pit road. Take a look at this one. Try and back this up a little bit further. Josh Milam, hard impact into the wall. Mark Mann never sees it coming. Go on aboard with Mark Mann. And a tough break for the 04 machine. That seems to be how it is going for the drivers this season. You can string together some good runs, but sooner or later, bad luck is going to come up and get you. So Rick Seabrands in the 4. Now on to pit road, currently scored as the race leader. Travis Elliott in the 51, out in front of all the cars who have completed their pit stops. He has Ernie Williams on his back bumper. 2-tire stop for these two. Hunter Reynolds in the 26, a very long pit stop for him. In fact, long enough, I think maybe he got caught speeding in that 26 machine, and he has fallen all the way down to 17th spot, and he is 38 seconds behind the race leader, which is the 4 of Rick Seabrands. He is working with his teammate, the 63 of Logan Helton, but it is not going to do any good. The 51 and the 91 flash right on by with that full head of steam. So Travis Elliott out in front with the 91 of Ernie Williams on his back bumper. Green flag pit stops have been completed. The 7 of Josh Milam sitting on pit road working on the extensive damage that machine received as he tried to get on the pit lane. Milam's luck here tonight not going too well, and this could be the final drop in the bucket for the 7, but we'll see if he can get back out there. So as Elliott and Williams try to pull away from the 4 of Rick Seabrands, Logan Helton in the 63, the 95 of James Mayer, all drivers for Alliance Motorsports. They are reeling in the 2 cars in front of them. Almost everyone taking a 2-tire stop that time, but nobody going to be able to make it on fuel from here. Last on pit road, lap 69. And we get about 15 laps of fuel. So Travis Elliott and Ernie Williams, very close on fuel. Rick Seabrands, 1 lap more of fuel for the driver of the 4 machine, along with the 63 of Logan Helton and the 95 of James Mayer. So now with all that being said, that 1 lap could be the difference. We got to run the rest of the race to find out how this plays out. But for sure, nobody can make it on fuel from here. So if Travis Elliott in the 51, being right on the border, not sure, leading and being out in front is where he wants to be, but that is where he finds himself. As he is going to go by the 26. Our stage 2 winner now, the first car 1 lap down because of a speeding penalty. "26 laps to go in this one." Hunter Reynolds jumping up to the outside lane. He has Jimmy Reynolds right behind him. Those 2 are now going to battle to be the first car 1 lap down. Sean Stevens also in that battle to be 1 lap down is the 27. Not too far behind them. They are making some noise in that outside lane. These 3 cars, they play it right, might get their lap back the old-fashioned way. So the 26, the 28, and the 27 all off the lead lap, but they are working together to try and get around the 51 of Travis Elliott. And I think Elliott maybe slowing down just a little bit to try and save some fuel here. Last time by, turning a 45.73. Hunter Reynolds starting to make that move, and he has cleared the 51. If the yellow comes out now, that 26 is officially back on the lead lap. So Hunter Reynolds clearing the 51, drops down to the inside. Jimmy Reynolds now ahead. Sean Stevens trying to get in front of the 51 as well. All 3 of them currently in front of the 51, but then they go through turns 1 and 2. Elliott surging back forward a little bit. And these 3 drivers, Hunter Reynolds, Jimmy Reynolds, and Sean Stevens, all trying to get back on the lead lap while they race with the leaders. And that is super speedway racing in a nutshell. It is absolute insanity because these guys are now stuck right where they are. They can't really slow down any because they want to try and get back on the lead lap. And they have every right to be out there racing, but they have got to tiptoe their way around because they don't want to be the cause for one of these drivers who is on the lead lap to end up in a big wreck. With 23 laps to go, the field working its way off of turn number 4. We'll soon have 22 laps to go. Todd Poston checking in. How you doing, Todd? Thank you very much for stopping by and saying hello. Outside lane falling back a little bit. That just gives the 26 of Hunter Reynolds, the only car there to be with that group, has made it back onto the lead lap. The 51 of Travis Elliott continuing to lead. But again, we are about 5 to 6 laps away from green flag pit stops. Todd wanting an update on Daniel Holloway, the 21 machine. Right now he is running in 9th. Holloway, 2-tire stop last time around. Very good pit entry and exit for the 21 machine, putting him in 9th. He is in this lead pack, but is the last car in the lead pack. He's working with the 95 of James Mayer for the moment. Down to the inside, that is Mark Vega in the 18 on the outside, and Dave Hunt in the 53, also to the outside of the 21 machine. So Holloway has some work to do, but 20 laps to go, and Daniel Holloway, a champion on the super speedway circuits, knows how to get around. And you're asking about the damage in the right rear. I think that just came from bump drafting. I don't believe that 21 machine has been involved in an incident too bad outside of the first one we had. Not the first one. I do believe that 21 went for a spin, but it wasn't too terrible. Could be wrong. There's been a lot of racing going on and not a lot of incidents here tonight. We're marching right along now with 19 laps to go. We have seen several green flag pit stops. Stage 1 ended as the drivers came off of turn 4 to end the stage. Big stack up, which involved the 52 of Randall Cobb. Several other drivers getting involved in that one, but Cobb was leading when he came off of turn 4. Got the bump there, and around he went. Gave the stage 1 win to the 53 of Dave Hunt. Dave Hunt now on the outside, a third car in that outside lane, trying to work his way forward. And then we had no caution through stage 2. Wow, I don't even... Ooh. Didn't we have a caution in stage 2? I know we've had 2 cautions. Maybe we didn't. Maybe we've just had the 1 caution. Wow, my memory has really slipped me here tonight, so I apologize. It was 17 laps to go. Now Dave Hunt in the 53 working that outside line. Challenging Travis Elliott for the race lead. Jimmy Reynolds, Hunter Reynolds back on the lead lap. They are the last 2 cars on the lead lap. Sean Stevens trying to get himself around as well, as he is in front of your race leader. That is the 53 of Dave Hunt. So Elliott and Hunt trapped behind lap cars here on a super speedway, battling it out for the race lead. As Dave Hunt having some internet connection issues, that is going to cause that 27 to fall back a little bit and give the advantage to the 51. As Dave Hunt dropping in and out, you can see that 27 falling back quite quickly because of it. And now Dave Hunt going to tuck in behind the 51 of Travis Elliott. So Elliott back to the front. Currently scored as your race leader. They make their way off of turn number 4. Several drivers going to hit pit road this time. Sean Stevens stays out, and everyone in this group going to get very close, gets nice and cozy, but everyone on the pit lane cleanly. How about that? With 15 laps to go, everyone on the pit road. Rob Connors in the 00 going to lead this next group of drivers on the pit lane. And the race off of pit road right now, going to the 63 of Logan Helton. Helton right on the back bumper of Hunter Reynolds, as Hunter now is the last car on the lead lap. Elliott falling a little bit behind. So Logan Helton with an outstanding job on pit lane. A very quick time for that 63 machine. Very little time on his pit stop itself, and then very efficient getting onto and off of pit road, and that has put the 63 out in front. So he is going to try and pick up his first win of the season. Everyone having enough fuel now to make it to the end of this thing for our scheduled distance. If we have to go into overtime, there's going to be some drivers who are sweating bullets here. But Logan Helton out in front. Travis Elliott not quite able to reel him in just yet. Elliott needs a little bit of help, and it will be coming soon in the form of the 91 of Ernie Williams and the 28 of Jimmy Reynolds. As these two cars have hooked up, they are working together. Dave Hunt still flashing in and out of the internet service there. That is why you're seeing that smoke pop up like that. That is all from the 53 of Hunt. So Reynolds moves to the outside in that 28. Works his way around the 51 of Travis Elliott. Now Ernie Williams in the 91, getting closer to our race leader, the 63. "12 laps to go." Logan Helton trying to hold on to this one here in the closing laps of the race, but Ernie Williams in the 91 just turned his fastest lap of the race at a 44.93, and Ernie really laying into the throttle, pushing hard on the 28 of Jimmy Reynolds, who is the first car one lap down, and they have caught the back bumper of the 63 machine, and Ernie stepping out, trying to make a move on the 28. Travis Elliott hasn't yet decided where he's going to go. Bob Lacavera in the 5 machine, already off of the lead lap, going down another lap. And Logan in the 63, calm, cool, and collected, staying tucked in behind the 26. Gonna get 10 to go this time by. This race has been one that has been a fast-paced, very little cautions, a lot of green flag pit stops, and now with 10 laps to go, because of the green flag pit stops, we have 3 cars going at it, and oh, contact! Somehow they save it. Logan Helton in the 63. Making the move to the outside of the 26, Hunter Reynolds. Hunter not on the lead, or he is on the lead lap, but he is the last car on the lead lap. And Logan Helton gonna slot into 3rd spot behind the 51 of Travis Elliott. So some close racing. Maybe Logan Helton just wanted to drop back a little bit after he saw what was going on there. And Jimmy Reynolds all sorts of out of shape. Reynolds gathers it back in, but he's going to lose the draft off of our top 3. The 26 machine in 16th spot. Your stage 2 winner doing all he can to stay on the lead lap. Your top 3 all running nose to tail. Logan Helton has a 3.7 second gap back to the 53 of Dave Hunt. Dave Hunt 1.5 seconds ahead of Rick Sebrands, who rounds out your top 5. Sebrands bringing some drivers with him. We check in on this group of drivers. Sebrands in the 4 leads the 21 of Holloway. Sean Stevens, technically the first car 1 lap down, but I'm sorry, that's Jimmy Reynolds, the first car 1 lap down, but Sean Stevens in a group here. They are going to quickly swallow up this 28 machine as he works his way to the high side. Rick Sebrands closing in on the 4, or the 53. And so Sebrands makes his way past Dave Hunt. Dave Hunt going to drop back through the field a little bit. So now we have 7 laps to go. The 91, the 51, and the 63 all staying tucked in to the tire tracks of the 26. 16 cars on the lead lap. Hunter Reynolds, who is in front of the 91, is your last car on the lead lap. He is just trying to do everything he can to hope for a caution to get back into this thing. He does not want to be the caution though. And man, he is doing exactly what he needs to do. Staying very steady, very predictable. Good news is the 91 of Ernie Williams, the race leader, is his teammate, so they can work this thing out amongst themselves. I'm willing to bet if we get the white flag, that 26, if he is still in front of the 91, going to do everything he can to get Ernie Williams into victory lane. Travis Elliott, though, a wily veteran, very crafty driver, and the young upstart Logan Helton in the 63, he'd like to steal some thunder from these veteran drivers. So Helton just kind of sitting there in 3rd, riding around, stalking these guys. 5 laps to go. Down the backstretch we go. Williams continuing to lead. Travis Elliott looking content. All of them pitted on lap 85 with 15 laps to go. Fuel should not be a problem. But as soon as I say that, one of these drivers maybe didn't do a good job at keeping his foot out of it enough to really stretch it as far as he needed to. Maybe tried to drive a little hard to catch up to somebody. But 15 laps is right around what we expect these guys to get, and that was when they were last on pit road. So fuel will be close, but it should be enough. Now with 4 laps to go. Into turn number 3. Your top 3 continue to ride around. Rick Seabrand's in the 4 machine, who has quite a bit of cars working with him. They are 5.2 seconds behind the 63 of Logan Helton. They are not turning lap times as fast, but man, they are all very close to each other as far as lap times. But could, as long as nothing changes drastically, as long as the yellow flag doesn't come out, we don't see the 26 get squirrely or a driver make contact here. These top 3 should have enough of a gap to settle this out amongst themselves. Two more times around, the flagman letting everybody know that. So Ernie Williams would love to pick up a win here tonight. We are working the Bumpy Road 250. It is the race number 4 of our 22 race season. Mark Vega, James Mayer picked up the wins to kick off our season. Mark Vega at the iRacing Super Speedway. James Mayer at Talladega. Then I don't even remember who was last week. I know I should, but I don't. That's terrible of me. But the white flag in the hands of the flagman. One more time around. Here we go. Logan Helton already trying to make a move to the outside of the 51 of Travis Elliott. Helton has the momentum, but going to lose ground in the high side through 1 and 2. Tucks back into the 51. He is going to have to make a move down to the inside. And here comes Elliott. Now they both move up to the outside lane. It is 2 versus 2 as they're going into turn number 3. Travis Elliott on the outside. Hunter Reynolds trying to pull the 91 of Ernie Williams, his teammate, to victory. That 26 off of the lead lap. And Logan Helton got sideways contact, more contact. Ernie Williams going to hold on to it. And Williams is going to pick up the race win. Logan Helton finishes in second place, and Travis Elliott crossing the line in third. Take another look at this one, and that was a wild finish. Travis Elliott doing all he can to hang on to it, gets into the wall. Logan Helton able to squeeze right on by to finish in second, but Ernie Williams picking up the race win. As Hunter Reynolds going to come around. Last car on the lead lap, he finishes this one. So your race winner is the 91 machine, and let's get right into our results here tonight. Ernie Williams, Logan Helton, Travis Elliott picking up your top 3 spots. Casey Gilchrist in the 4th, a solid effort by the 22 machine. Rick Seabrands rounds out your top 5. Daniel Holloway 6th, 7th goes to Mark Vega, 8th Dave Hunt, James Mayer 9th, 10th goes to Robert Duvendak. In 11th spot, that is Dan Harrington, Les Levy in 12th, 13th David Booth, Will Weber 14th, 15th goes to Rob Connors, 16th Hunter Reynolds, Jimmy Reynolds 17th, Sean Stevens finishing in 18th spot, 19th goes to Mark Mann, 20th Bob Lacovera, Randall Cobb 21st, 22nd Denver Turkson, Bobby Johnson 23rd, Josh Milam 24th, David Overstreet gonna round out our 25 car field here tonight. And so a driver from Fuel Sim Racing picking up the race win, and that is none other than the 91 of Ernie Williams Jr. Ernie, you got your ears on?
Gotcha, KR.
Man, oh man, what a solid finish that one was here tonight. You had the 26 machine in front of you that whole time trying to pull you to the win. Talk us through that last lap.
Well, I didn't really think them guys would try to pull out and really gang together to try to pass us, so it kind of caught me off guard there a little bit. Got lucky to win, to be honest. I would have had a second, third place car if they was. I don't know what happened, but apparently they got together, and I seen Travis get a little squirrely and let me pull out. But I was just figuring if they did pull out, they would pull out, separately and tried to fight the battle out for second, figuring it was me pushing Hunter. But they got behind each other and made it interesting for sure.
Very interesting, but this 91 walks away with a win here in race number 4 of the season. So we got to ask, it's a bit early, but how do you feel about your championship hopes?
Well, I feel good. We got a good solid team. Bunch of guys on the team got a bunch of victories. I mean, we're not the full FSR. We're a little bit teammates running around, I guess you'd call it this year. But I feel confident. Hunter's a good driver. Jimmy, they got Dustin will be back next week. So we got a good crew, and I feel good. Hunter's in. Josh will be. Josh has had a little rough season this year, but I expect him to be in too. So I would expect the FSR team to be one of the tougher contenders as usual.
All right, man. Well, you pick up the race win here tonight in outstanding fashion. Once again, congratulations. But before we let you go, any shout outs or thank yous you'd like to give?
Yeah, let me get a shout out to FSR, all the guys back there helping me out. Josh spotting for me there late in the race. Hunter holding good line so I can get in, tuck in behind him, and run that. And other than that, KR, you do a good job for the broadcast and everything, and can't wait to go back and watch it. Hopefully, we was on the podium last week. Hopefully, we can make it a couple more times for season ends.
Well, man, I'll tell you what. Outstanding drive here tonight really has me excited for you and the rest of this season.
Thanks, KR, man. I'm sure I'll be talking to you soon, buddy. Appreciate the convo.
All right, that was Ernie Williams, your race winner, getting it done here tonight. But now let's move on to the driver in the 63 machine who finishes in second. That is Logan Helton. Logan, you got your ears on, buddy?
Yes, I do.
Man, oh man, tell us how that 63 was able to hold on to it as all heck broke loose coming off of turn number 4.
I don't know. I think the wall helped me a little bit by keeping it straight, but man, that was just a good finish. There might have been a little bit more contact than we wanted, but I think that's just racing. Good win to Ernie and a good finish to all three of us in the top 3. We all had some really quick pit stops that were able to help us get that far ahead of everyone else.
Well, that 63 machine definitely had some quick pit stops all night long. 2-tire stop there at the end, really sealing the deal. But more than that, very efficient time spent on pit road. What made you so much faster getting on and off pit road than these other guys?
I'm not really sure. I think it's the exit that I'm pretty good at, and getting off pit road on the turn in 1 and 2. I seem to be pretty fast on that part. A lot of people seem to want to take it a little bit easy, but I just try and go hard every single time. But I'm not really sure what makes me faster, to be honest. That's just my guess. The entries might be able to help a little bit too.
All right, well, the 63 sitting in second spot here tonight. Any shout outs or thank yous you'd like to give?
Well, thanks to my team at Alliance Motorsports for helping me out all night. And it's unfortunate that they just got held up in the pits, and some of them got wrecked in the pits. This race, we would have all had a top 10, I'm pretty sure. All all but one of us were in the top 10, and Markman just got really messed up by a lot of stuff tonight. And but I still think that was a pretty good finish for Alliance Motorsports tonight. Thanks to all my friends and family that watch, and thanks to LKH Racing, RTC Media, Checkers or Rectors podcast, you guys for putting on the broadcast, and everyone at OP for putting the league on, and a good win to Ernie once again.
All right, man. Well, nice job. That is Logan Helton, the driver of the 63 machine, bringing it home in second spot. And now I get to talk to a guy who joins me on Sunday nights, and that is the driver of the 51 here tonight, Travis Elliott. How are you doing, bud?
I mean, I could be doing better, but you know, can't complain too bad for how we finished tonight. We had a great race, so would have loved to have got the win. Glad Ernie got the win still, even though we had all that contact and stuff going at the line. But yeah, would have been nice to get that win, get it out of the way.
Well, the 51 machine finishes in third place here tonight. And Travis, you're stringing together a good season here so far, and another podium finish really going to add to your top 5 count.
Yeah. I'm feeling like you know, whenever we come to 08, I always feel really confident. As you can see, everybody's starting to realize how dominant that top line is. That top line is just so hard to beat when you have a string of good drivers pushing that top. And you know, hopefully we can get this momentum running. Good momentum building for Vapid Yeet around here. Teammate got a top 5 or a top 6, so hopefully this is the start of good things for the Camrys of the OP Premier Series.
Well, Elliot, a solid start to the season for you, man. The transition from broadcaster to driver, how you working on that? You doing good?
Yeah, I mean, you know, I'm learning a little bit when I'm up in the booth. I think the transition from driver to broadcaster was a little bit more odd because, you know, you're not driving the car, but you can pretty much tell what everybody's going to do because in your brain you're thinking what you would be doing in this situation. So you know, the switch is not very difficult, but going the other way is a little tough sometimes.
All right, Travis. Well, man, a solid third place finish here tonight. Congratulations on that. Any shout outs that you missed? Anything else you need to add before we let you go?
Yeah, I want to shout out you guys at Turn 3. Do a great job at the broadcast, obviously. I love being a part of those. So everybody, if you're not subscribed, you should subscribe to Turn 3 Racing Network. Shameless plug. But I want to also thank my teammate Casey Gilchrist. Like I said, we had a great race tonight as a team. Always up front, fighting for that top spot. Aspen Belvin, who couldn't be here tonight because he had to do some work. I want to give a shout out to Ernie. You know, he's a pretty long-standing member of the OP Racing Super Speedway Series, and you know, he got that W. And to my other podium member, Logan, for making the race interesting until the checkered flag.
All right, well, Travis, once again, congratulations. A solid third place effort here tonight.
Yeah, KR. See you next week, man. See you on Sunday.
Absolutely. I look forward to it. That is the driver of the 51 machine, Travis Elliott, finishing out here tonight in a third place. So that is going to wrap it up for us here tonight. Thank you very much for joining us. Hope you all enjoyed the show. Make sure you stick around as Turn 3 Racing Network has racing action all week long. Not only that, OP Racing returns next Monday night as we continue on with our cycle of a 22 race season. So thank you very much for joining me, guys. And until next time, I'm going to leave you with a great little bit of video provided by Derek Conley, who could not make it here tonight. We wish you well, Derek, and hope everything is as good as, you know, you can make it. All right. Have a good night, y'all.
Warning, the following stunts are performed by idiots or under the supervision of stupider idiots. If you attempt to reenact any of these idiotic stunts you will see, You will be left with idiotic scars. Enjoy.
Hi, I'm Alex Green. Welcome to OP Racing.